and welcome to the Body and Soul Expo podcast, your go-to source for holistic health and wellness. I'm your host, Bruce Starr. Mark your calendars. Join us on Sunday, October 26th, 2025 at the beautiful Palm Beach Gardens Marriott, because it's going to be an absolutely incredible event, a truly transformational day you won't want to miss. We're proud to have sold way over 60 incredible vendor spaces in just 6 short weeks. And most vendors are also powerful, innovative speakers sharing profound insights into a world of new and tried and true healing modalities and products. You'll just have to be there for yourself to discover it all. The Expo is a culmination of Lauren's nearly 3 decades in the health and wellness arena and owning spas, and my 4 decades in the entertainment industry, from being a Hollywood talent agent and manager to television, radio, and podcasting. For the latest updates, information, and exciting news and special announcements, please look for and follow our Body and Soul Expo Facebook site. And for a deeper dive into what our expo will offer now and in the future, definitely visit our bodyandsoulexpo.org website. That's bodyandsoulexpo.org website, and take the time to investigate all you will see there. And today we have another inspiring episode of the Body and Soul podcast, where we showcase the incredible talents, experiences, and knowledge of the wonderful vendors who will be appearing at the expo. So everybody, meet Pat Haydlauff. She is often called a modern-day Renaissance woman. Pat helps people move from fear and chaos in their lives into calm, purpose, and divine connection. Now, how special is that? Her life's work is dedicated to guiding others back to the heart center, where peace, prosperity, and joy begin. Excellent work, right alongside what I've been doing in my life. So, after a life-altering accident that almost left her blind and a high-stress corporate career, Pat began a deep spiritual journey. She writes books and leads workshops, guidance sessions, and retreats that blend ancient wisdom with practical tools to help others reconnect with the divine and transform their lives. Pat offers the path, the tools, and the guidance to help you begin to go deeper, and it is an honor to have you on the show today, Pat. Welcome to the Body and Soul podcast.
Thanks, Bruce. I'm really happy to be here and looking forward to sharing some insight with your viewers.
Great. So I want to know about your life, Pat. I want everybody to know about your life, almost from the beginning, growing up and where you grew up and how you grew up. Did that have an effect on the rest of your life?
The answer is yes to all of the above. I grew up on a dairy farm as a young child, and that interest on food and agriculture went with me through my adult years when I eventually opened up my own nutritional food store. And that was sort of my squeaky entrance into spirituality, but not quite. I didn't grow up in the normal roots of somebody that is in the metaphysical community or the other aspects, but holistic was a big part of where I was, as well as the body. I eventually went from being an entrepreneur to running the National Trade Association from California that represented the nutritional products and health food industry at the time. However, after almost 10 years, the job was extremely stressful and affecting my personal health. Once we parted ways, I started searching for there's got to be a better way, and ran into a wonderful speaker on the subject of feng shui, which my body fell in love with instantly because it was all about peace, harmony, joy, creating a sanctuary at food in your home, feeling better, eating better, all of the above. And that's where my spiritual journey began. A little while after that, I wound up having a freak accident where I was blinded in my right eye. And after several extremely um, grateful years of surgeries, I am now back to, with special lenses, to seeing. But that led me very deep into my spiritual journey. And it's been a 25-year walk, and 7 books later, I'm speaking to you.
Wow, you've written 7 books. Tell me some of the titles of those books.
The first one is on feng shui. As I started speaking to groups, they said, well, do you have something written that we could read? And so feng shui, and so easy a child can do it, came along. And it's a guide to balance, sanctuary, and serenity in the modern world. And that was followed up several years later while I was slowly caring for my husband who was ill with dementia. I gave birth in that process to a book called Looking Within, Discover 7 Principles Leading to Hope, Peace, and Joy, which was followed up just a couple of years ago about a book called Conversations with Thoth, who became my spirit guide. And he would take me on adventures, teaching me about what life should look like if you live in a spiritual method or a spiritual form. And in those journeys with him, food was important, science was important, schooling children properly was important, family and community were all important. It was kind of a call to awaken to even a deeper level and embrace the ancient wisdom, love, truth, and unconditional love. Whereas looking within was more about how do you wake up? How do you define spirituality as more than just a connection, but rather inclusive of the body, mind, soul, spirit connection? And that book gives you ways to actually get connected within and then make that journey deeper. And my new book, which I'll be introducing at Body Soul Expo,
Woohoo!
woohoo, is called Awakening Together Now. This is an exclusive. You are the first to hear. It's in the process of publication right now. And I'll be doing a book signing at your event. So I'm very excited about being there.
We are equally as excited about having you. That's going to be spectacular. And there's going to be some other best-selling authors that be sitting right beside you, signing their books and getting photographs taken of them. So this
Perfect.
is excellent.
Perfect. I'm very excited about that. But mostly, I'm excited about meeting and greeting all of the wonderful people that you're going to have attend because they are all so hungry and we're in such a need. There's such a challenge in the world today to find peace within, without. And part of the issue is people simply are seeking ways, in some cases, to remembering. It's up here. It was implanted in each of us as we were born. And you need to find the right journey or the right path to get to that information.
So part of the reason I'm doing these podcasts is for that everyone doing the podcast is going to be a known entity, whether they were before or not, because hopefully hundreds to thousands of people will be viewing these podcasts and learn all about you. I say you're all going to become rock stars before the event even happens. So that's why we're doing this. We want to introduce you to the public and have the public sort of know you already. When they pass by your booth, it's going to be, oh, wow, look, it's Pat.
That is such great news. I'm just looking forward to either shaking everybody's hand or doing a little oracle card with them or sharing the information in my books. It'll be wonderful.
So that was my next question is when they go to your booth, some people are giving things away, they're giving services away, some people are selling them, 5-minute sessions, 10-minute sessions. What can people expect from you when they see you at your booth?
Well, first, a smile and a welcome and an appreciation for them being there. But I will have all three books I mentioned, plus, obviously, I will be featuring my brand new book, Awakening Together Now. And it also has oracle cards that we'll be working with and other materials. So people can actually sit down and do a little oracle card reading with me based on the sacred shapes on the cards. And 15 minutes, $35 max.
Well, that sounds fascinating, Pat. Now, you're also going to be a speaker,
I
and
am.
that's going to give you a wonderful opportunity to introduce your book. And then hopefully people will follow you back to the author's table and you'll sign some books there. What will you be speaking on? Help the people know in advance what you'll speak on.
I'll be speaking about the heart and these new sacred shapes that create a whole new language and a whole new energy field for you to work with so that we can move past this post-COVID high anxiety, chaotic world. And also that I'm going to help people reconnect into their within to make the journey easier. Most people don't understand we have reached a major astrological change in our environment and have moved from the fishers of men of Pisces into this information age, spiritual information age of Aquarius. That means everything that used to work well in Pisces, even computers, don't work well at all now in this whole new age. And people need new tools, new ways of understanding, and new ways of dealing with all this stress. And my hope, my personal intent in writing all these books is not only does it help you or all of the wonderful attendees at your expo, but that it helps communities. And as communities change back into, or perhaps forward into, more peace-filled, love and heart-centered areas to live in, that will spread across other communities, states, nations, the world. I think sort of macro, very community as well as the individual. And my ultimate intention in writing all my books is for us to get to the point where in this new era, this new Aquarian age, we can create our own version of heaven on earth, where uh, terrorism and chaos and street fighting and discontent in the home and no honor for the home or no protection and love for the children is gone. And it will be the more people that are joined together in love and lifting up the world, the more our communities will grow and heal and move forward.
That sounds great. It's exactly the message that the world needs to hear. It's the message that needs to be told at the Body and Soul Expo on Sunday, October 26th. And I'm just very thrilled that you're going to be joining us. Pat, where are you from? Where do you live?
I live in Vero Beach, but I used to be a resident from Palm Beach Gardens for many years. So I have
Oh,
friends down there I'm looking forward to seeing.
okay, great, great. Well, the hotel we're going to be at is just beautiful. We're going to be in a big ballroom with 60 other incredible. I mean, we handpicked the best, Pat, including you. And then we just discovered the other day that we're going to be able to fit an additional 20 tables out in the lobby area just because we're getting so much attention and so much demand. We're going to expand the area where we originally was just going to have a nice lobby area. So we're very excited about what's going on. We're excited about having you, and we want to thank you so much for being on the podcast.
You are very welcome, Bruce. Thank you for having me as a guest. And if you're tired of endless quick fixes, stop by my booth, say hello, and get some heart-centered practical guidance.
And you're going to bring some books that people can purchase and
Absolutely.
autograph those books.
I would be happy to autograph each and every book.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you again, Pat. Thank you for being on the show. And bye bye, everybody. We'll see you again at the next Body and Soul podcast. See you again. Bye bye, everybody.